I believe this should be working now. Nice. Oh my gosh, it is way too hot at the moment. In like 34 degrees Celsius, and not only that, it'd be one thing if it were this hot, it's another thing when you can't even like open the window anymore. Where I'm at, and I guess for North America currently, it is on fire. There are over 100 forest fires going on right now. It is just crazy. I feel bad for like everywhere that has to deal with this, going across the prairies all the way down to BC, in the territories as well. Oh my gosh. Like, I remember when days like this weren't that frequent. Like, maybe it happened once or twice during the summer. But the fact that there's this combined heat plus the forest fire smoke makes everything like 100 times worse. All I can do is like support your local firefighters. They're doing their hardest out there, especially around like in those really remote areas. Be sure you're paying attention to all warnings, get like an air filter, all of that fun stuff. I guess speaking of fun stuff, I know I was supposed to draw tonight, but I just have no energy right now. The heat's just sapped it all out of me. Like, I swear 90% of my metabolism is just dedicated to like producing sweat right now. Like, I sit down and I'm already sweating. That's how bad things are. So, gonna take it easy. I won't do what I did last time with reading over the voices unless I have to. Like, if there's a cool line or something like that. Mostly because when I did last time, I really strained my voice. So we're just gonna take things easy. Go through the dialogue, point out any irregularities. Oh my gosh. And so forth. Well, let's get to it. We're going to continue with case 1 of Ace Attorney Chronicles, and probably finish that off today. I'm not planning on streaming long, so let's just get to it. Boom. I wonder if this background's gonna change at all once we go off to like Britain, because this is like the Japanese court, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so to recap, our guy Ryunosuke has basically been charged with murder. For whatever reason, he picked up a gun, and that had been dropped on the floor. That followed by a bang, and then some guy was shot. There was gunpowder residue over the guy's vest, but new evidence has revealed that maybe this guy was poisoned. Ooh, that's bad. I mean, thankfully our main guy, Ryunosuke, is not a chemistry major. He is in fact a lawyer, probably going to be a defense lawyer. And not only that, but he isn't alone. He's actually got some pretty nice backup in the form of Cosma? Yeah. And Cosma is a bro. Dude will literally risk his career just to save the person next to him. His best friend. Now, I haven't seen dedication like that since like Yuji and the teleporting guy. Yeah. And now we're heading off into the third part of this trial. I'm surprised this trial even has 3 parts. Like, probably not since Apollo Justice have I seen a first case that was this long. Anyways, let's get to it. Well, I understand. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why the sudden ingress into my courtroom? What? Yeah, voices make this go a bit faster, so let's go with that. Yeah, a judicial assistant, and a woman no less. Okay there, buddy. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify. Well, she'll probably give her testimony, right? Yes, I fully understand. I only ask for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence I must hand over to the defense. Yeah, you're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. Yeah. Gavel. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. Okay, should I have a timer? 300 seconds? I'm sure it's fine. But, Your Excellency. Okay, I think I have his voice down now. It's very nasally. And I guess it sort of fits with his, like, objection. Susato, I am most grateful. Let's see what you got. Hey, this bench is getting pretty packed. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something? Written in English? You got help? Oh, nice. It's Giselle Brett's research. Oh, the English woman's? After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh, yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I hope so. I'm afraid I don't know. Wait, you didn't read it? Oh no, you're Japanese. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the court trial myself. Oh no, of course not. She wasn't here. Oh, what a bro. Special effects of curare and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. I've seen this before. I can't put my finger on it though. Is it a poison? Curare? What's that? Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read it in detail. I've summarized what I could on note just inside the cover. Hey! If you think it would be valuable, please cast your eye over it. Oh, she's so humble. This is wonderful. Thank you. Giselle's report has been entered. Report detailing an unknown poison that Miss Brett has been researching. Goodbye, then. And good luck. Hey. He gave her the head nod. See you. You have had long enough, Counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. ... I ask the prosecution and the defense now, one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but... Oh, what'd she give us? It was made from the bark of a certain type of trees in jungles of South America. Hunters of prey, or hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Effects: instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Wait. Okay, this is different than the poison dart frog then. Route of entry: the above mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Due to the ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin can have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first, or patients would die of suffocation. Interesting. Curare, huh? Oh, wait, there's something else to that. Oh. Z. I wish to examine you. Nope. Darn. Okay, whatever. Oh. There we go. The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. No more to add, Your Excellency. Inosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our last chance. Yes, I know. Hey, you got the desk down again. Hey. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. ... Now look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. And I, Egon. How's that quote go again? Curse you, Bale, you will rue this day. Behold a true Drake blood warrior, and I, Egon. Your fears made flesh. That's it. Soul of skill you may be, but I will riddle your hide. But I will riddle your rotten hide with a hail of harpoons. With every last breath, with every last drop of my being. Hey, there we go. Anyways. Miss Brett. Yes, you're excellent. No, wait, shoot. How do British people sound? Wait, nope, that's Australian. Yes. I mean, she is blonde, so... Valley Girl? Yes, Your Excellency. Oh, shoot, not again. If you wouldn't mind, could you... Perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid... It's not so very long until tea time. Oh no. Forgive me, Miss Brent. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask that you treat this as an order. Hey, thanks, Judge. I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. My apologies, dear lady. Careful. So, Counsel. What is the new evidence that demands the court's attention? Pop. And present.
Yes!
Yes. Mr. Sale Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at UMA University, doing research. ... Research, by sheer coincidence, perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, Counsel? Toxin known as curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
Objection. What complete and utter nonsense? Curare, you say? Curare? I've never even heard of it. Because it's South America, you're not a researcher, you're a lawyer. What are you doing here? You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean you wouldn't have heard of curare before, or for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist. I believe he is more formal. Yeah, that's it. Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they never identify curare. Slav. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. Hey. Correct. Order, order, order. This is very circumstantial, but I'm gonna roll with this. Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report, authored by the visiting research student from England, curare has been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? The report states that it's produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. I wonder if they would be able to point the Amazon on the map. And it was brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. Claims that the animals shot by arrows laced with curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up? Miss Brett. Kind of
Objection!
trumpery. These aspirations are utter trumpery. To start with, if the victim had been administered with some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed. Pain. I wonder if that's called, or well, foreshadowing for his successors. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Head nod. Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in pain. But look a little bit closer. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that curare was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all of their strength and are completely unable to move. Ooh. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. Do you wonder if people did... Like, I need to search this up later. I'm pretty sure it's a real thing. Or there might be something analogous to that in real life. How terrible. Obviously, if a man has lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with the chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Cosmo. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. Respiratory. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move, even their lungs then. Yeesh. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. And just think about that, like, you don't normally think about breathing, it's pretty much like automatically, although you can take control over it once you notice it. That's kind of like when you go to sleep or go unconscious, your body is able to still breathe. Otherwise, like, you constantly have to think about your next breath every single time. Like, don't forget to breathe and all that, right? Thankfully, we have a system in our brain devoted to that. Autonomic? No. It has to do with the lizard brain. Cerebrum? No. I always mix them up. Cerebrum versus cerebellum. I think cerebrum's the lizard brain, though. Anyways. Respiration? Dude, come on. To be a lawyer, you need to have a broad vocabulary, don't you? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. Oh no. Yeah, it's hideous. To the observer, it would almost look like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be living hell. Oh. That is the true nature of this deadly curare poison. Damn. But you have evidence, though. Are you suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison?
Objection!
Yeah, it is. This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there's no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. It is very circumstantial, I'll give them that. Ahem, if I may. All these facts, you think you're so clever, but you must be tossing... Hey. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady. Yeah. Brett, ... So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another person's hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Dude, they're your notes, come on. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime? That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, he's so good at clapbacks. Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules. Rules don't matter in Discord, apparently. They already broke Discovery multiple times, so... Yeah. Yeah. What's so funny? How do British people laugh? Oh, excuse-moi, excuse me. Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett? May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Why, no. Well, yes, I don't see why not. Why? Don't. Dude, she might tamper with it. Don't. It's not worth. She can drink out of it. But the poison was in the glass then. Oh, great technique, dude. Well done. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. You sorry? Sorry? To an English woman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Her little police games and those foolish courtroom antics, it's laughable, really. Exclamation mark. I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for these games to end. Bottoms up, I guess. Cheers. Thing is that English people drink beer, though, don't they? Rather than wine. Wine's more of like a French or Italian thing. Wait, what are you doing? Making points. No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for the shabby affair. But what if she has like immunity from like, if she does Mithridates method, or maybe add it, or it decays after certain rates. That could work too. Either that or it was the cup that was poisoned. Goodness, whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. So, no Karare. The ball was clean, is that what you're saying? Ha ha, ho ho ho, ho ho. You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand avenue. Most kind. Grr. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now. Please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We're most gratified with all the assistance you have given. Oh no, he's so dead. Come on, Ryunosuke, there's gotta be something. Check the glass. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So, how? How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Oh, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. London? There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have been keeled over and dead. I mean, ingestion is different than wounds, though. Like, if it goes to your stomach, there's a chance that the stomach acid or the enzymes down there could break it down before it gets absorbed in your small intestine. With a wound, though, that's straight to the circulatory system, and maybe some immune response if you're lucky. Come on, Ryunosuke. We have all the clues now. That ball of what? Hold up a sec. Dun, dun. I love how this is just a variation of one of the other themes. Okay, I'm pretty sure then. We already checked through that, but I hope this isn't a red herring. Through a wound. But then why did she take the glass? If she took the glass because the glass contained the poison, then that would work. Does it contain poison or does it not? As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle. What? What? Why? Ryunosuke? Isn't it obvious? Or isn't it obvious? If there was poison in there, it should be dead by now. Sometimes your unadulterated naivety really astounds me, but sometimes it's in need of a good staining until it's as dark as your uniform in the ways of the world. Oh, it's... Is that what this color is supposed to represent? Gavel. Oh... Let's just, it's rewind time. Which one's my latest? Yeah, this one. Okay, yeah, there we go. The culprit did put Ferrari poison in Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. Exactly my line of thought. Perfect logic. The defense refuses to change its position, so it has to deal with matter of entry then, which makes sense. You're serious? Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that that bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw. Miss Brett drinking water? Or Miss Brett drinking water from it? Drinking it. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. I believe that complication can be explained. How? How exactly? Oh, we got her. Come on, let's go. Now I need to think of all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer's in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, exclamation mark, then I must ask that you support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed? Gotta rely on this again. Please? Let me just... a little something over there. I'm pretty sure it's with this gun. Dang, this notebook really is, like, pulling all of the hard work here.
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Attention!
That's not a valid explanation. Actually, no. After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. Okay there, Mr. Intellectual. You task, like, pretty sure those two guys know English a little bit. This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. Also, we have a translator right there, like an official translator. You could just have him come over and read it. Won't take that long. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone here. Honest. I'm just reading Susato-san's notes. Head nod. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the courts. You will direct us to the Pertinent Section Council. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle? It's not synopsis. 1. Special characteristics, got it. Dang, Brett really gambled everything on that demonstration, didn't she? We've been hearing a lot about this Karari poison. And it's left me curious about something. No, Council? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years. To lace the heads of the arrows as they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. Yeah. But if they were to use those laced arrows, doesn't that mean there'd be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? True. Yes, good point. So, surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Oh, welcome to the chat. Just going through Phoenix Wright right now. Or, not Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Adventures, the prequel surf series. This is still in the first case, though, although it's in pretty much the end phase of this. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Good gracious, Council. No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. Poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? To pieces, you say? I see. That makes sense. Yes. The mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. ... But it all makes sense when you interpret it what's written like this. When the cry enters through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, slam. When it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. Ooh, what? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You know the Karari special characteristics. And you knew that you can make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. Well played. Way to go, Ryunosuke. You meddling little. Oh dang, it's alive. Rapscallion. I can't do a British accent. Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Hey. Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, all this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure.
Shut up!
Get wrecked. So, this ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. It's your book! It's literally your book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. We almost got her. Come on. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? Even as your brain has managed to deduce, curare is safe to ingest. Seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of gastric succus. In other words, the stomach acid, which is what, pH 1? Yeah, HCl. Yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? Come on, dude. Study biology. Come on. So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? That's right? Good gracious. So then he just had a wound then, right? That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no? Come on, you're almost there. Order. Order in the court. Order. Logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely, even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. Ooh, she's doing the finger snap. Almost got her. There would have been another wound, right? What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. The dragon flies again. Let's go.
Objection!
That's your objection, dude? Dun, 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 dun. Wait. Yeah, this is pursuit theme A. No, I don't think so, Mr. Zalebrett. His objection is so soft. What the heck? Like, even Phoenix's had a little bit more vigor in it. Dang, dude. Like, Athena's probably has the most out of it, but yeah. Anyways. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. He had an open wound in his mouth from his dental surgery. Counsel, I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As now we know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the curare? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's due to his dental appointment. Ah, sucks to suck, dude. Like, you gotta get your dental stuff checked out, yes, but damn, just so unlucky. What's more important? Medical. There's something more about this. Okay, examine. Yeah, the decayed tooth would have been an open wound for him then. Damn, dude. Oops. And present.
Take that!
As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. Fatal difference? Exclamation mark. The toxic effects of curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Also, that looks like I want to say like a piece of armor underneath, dude. Are you secretly a ninja or something? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Oh, that was a weird one. Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you are well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. Oh. So, that's it. Use that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are so puerile. Wait, what do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. What, we need motive? She's gonna wound herself? You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what may happen to it. Dude, go! You have to move now. Go, go, go. Don't just stare at it. It's right here. It's right here. Don't just leave it in your hands. It's right here. Just grab it. Grab it. Oh my gosh. Officer, you're right next to her. No! I mean, it could just slip. You're right here! You're right here! What are you doing, dude? I know you're frozen in time, but you can clearly see... You blinked. You can clearly see that she is gonna dispose of this and break everything. Come on, just... Grab. 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 Come on, man. There it goes. Oh dear. How careless of me. Oh, you. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No! What is it? What just happened? It's the English one. She smashed that bottle. And in the Supreme Court, what a terrible blunder. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect as much of that broken water from the broken bottle at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. Wow. She knew everything. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You'll have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Oh no. Ah, oh, oh, oh. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle. Or not. Ew. And let's not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. The gun. Isn't that right? Counsel for prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady. The gunshot wound, all of that. That's right, and really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course, the only person who shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
No, you killed the victim that day, using karate. And then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Bang. Where'd the other gun go then? Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. Where did the second gun go then? Ho ho ho. What wonderful imagination you have, young man. Exclamation mark. Hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. You don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Stab. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now, is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene and also a crime in itself. She destroyed it in front of a police officer and a judge. Like, you don't just get away with that. Come on. Ryunosuke. Yes? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there's any clues for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head? You told me before that your powers of observation were the only thing you could depend on. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So, think back now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Ooh, we're getting there. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell, which would be useful if we could actually smell, but you know, 2D games and all that. Exclamation mark. The smell? What I saw. What I felt. Oh. Every color. Is Cosmo right? Somewhere in that vibrant memory of the same scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? There's a clue, there's gotta be. Actually, Cosmo, I think there might be something, or I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Deslam. Come on then, let's wipe that smug smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence. Yeah. Slam. Alright, I can't wait. It's been niggling on me for some time that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it could be, whatever it is, could be the key to arriving at the truth about all of this. The blood? It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... Just build up that suspense for a moment. Lucky number is slot 7. I don't think Dr. Wilson would have liked his steak blood red. That's not even his steak too, so... Present.
Take that!
This is so British, right? Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. That's silence. Yes. What is it? He's still miles away, probably thinking about that ball being smashed. He would want it so flawless. I feel bad for him. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak you took to the victim's table that day.
Attention!
He's asking for more evidence. Where are you going with this, little boy? It's a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw this scene, this photograph print with my own eyes that day. It's in black and white. I saw on one base of that plate that the steak was served on was a splattering of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Exclamation mark. Take a good look of that photograph, and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way the blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him if the bullet didn't pass through. Yeah. Yes. For the blood to have made it onto the plate implies that the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett. I messed that up. Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon.
Attention!
This is belong ridiculous, fabricated nonsense. Where's the lie? Is this court supposed or seriously expected to believe something the accused has already just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Come on, you got this, officer. This could be the moment my entire career in the police force has been leading. Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate. In the interests of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? You what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. Did you steal everyone's steak? And I did it all. In the name of justice. I appreciate this man. Look, he's so happy. He's like smiling despite blood pouring down from his mouth. Eyes determined, eyebrows locked in, fist clenched. This is the hero we need right here. Thank you, Osanaga. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a blood stain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Don't drop the plate, I swear. Inspector. The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. I swear, don't you dare drop it. I actually preserved it. Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered. The steak. Wow, he's even still in the butler role, huh? What? What about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector. The blood man. Show the court. Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. The heck? No. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible. Unless it's not the plate. I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. That's not the same plate. Check the other plate. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There's blood on the side of the plate. Check the other plate then. Laughs in British. What's an unbecoming expression, little boy? Wow. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Okay there, Brett. Ugh. Jeez, I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the Empire, dude, you're Japanese too, you're all Japanese right there. I believe we've finally reached a conclusion in this trial. She could just swap the plates though. Let's hope so. Let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. Don't you dare give up. Check the other plate. Yeah, sorry this sorry-looking steak reveals facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine again, be my guest. Steak. It's not the same plate, though. Was the plate I saw, or I thought I saw, just a figment of my imagination? This is it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Damn straight. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what. Believe in myself? Really? You're innocent, then prove it. Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. As the evidence has been requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of the evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? Object. That blood stain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? What if it's not the same plates? Because the dude said he took the other person's plate as well. Sorry to make him move so much, but yeah. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that revealed the shocking truth. Wait. Oh, it's in the record. Oh, yeah, this was the missing one. Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoei era, I believe. No, I don't believe... What? I don't mean what is it? I mean, what's it doing here? Wait, did you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it seems to be in good condition. Imagine it's very valuable. Yes, this isn't the first day there's been talk of a Hoei Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bullion in a bullion. Hey. I appreciate this man even more. Holy crap, he can make puns. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... Okay, wait. Yeah, that's about it. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. Thank you, Judge. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Gavel. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beef is the new clue to be found? It's actually found underneath it, actually.
Got it!
No, Counsel, I'm afraid that won't do. Oh, shoot. You're serious? Oh, no. Oh, no, what's my most recent? That's... Oh, no, it was 3 minutes ago. Okay, Really? That didn't work? Okay.
Objection!
I need to skip through this. Okay, so then I need to go back, examine the steak. Now I save here, so I don't, in case anything happens. Okay. It's underneath, isn't it? How do I get to show underneath, though? Wait, did I trap myself? Ah, no. Oh no, it worked. Okay, good. Come on, skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Skippity, skip, skip. I'm skip man, skippity do up up. Daddy up up. Skippity do up up. Daddy up up. Oh shoot, not again.
Got it!
There we go. Good gracious, that's... a Koban? What on earth? Ahoy era one had that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? It's not. We got her. Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what it is, and I want no part of it. Objection. I failed to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat. That could have been simply a careless mistake by the chef in the moment of distraction.
Objection!
Like he just slid it under, like consolation prize. Sorry, your meat came with murder. Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoi Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? Bring the other witnesses out, come on. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel. Rare Hoi Koban just happens to be underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be relevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now.
Objection!
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Shut up!
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is relevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here? Point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person you can belong to. Call him up. The owner of this Koban was found is... Okay. G. Is after the following message. God, this music is such a bop. Holy crap. It just makes you feel so empowered. Wait, she's only 16, what? 16 and judicial defense lawyer. Dang. Okay. And present.
Take that!
Why is he so British sounding? Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and the owner of Razute, Hirio Kurituka-san, or Korikuda-san. Did I pronounce his name wrong earlier? Korikuda. Kirio. Curio. Oh my gosh. Well done, game. Curie? As in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Oh, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Naruhodo-ne? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. Exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. I was too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hohe Herr Koban, my prized coin. He looked like he was about to throw a Molotov or something. And this Hohe Herr Koban. Do you mean to tell me?
Objection!
No. Please, why would Korakuda-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense.
Yes!
You brought the wrong plate then. Which is why I'm asking to bring Korakuda-san back to... which is why I'm asking to bring back Korakuda-san back to Witness-san so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that can testify earlier back in here, without a moment's delay. I can't believe we come back round to that here again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, if we chase down the real significance of the Koban, find that key element to this case. Four witnesses? Oh my gosh, this bench is stacked. What's this all about? I've been called up again. Don't you realize that that's dinner time for little baby Ido? And my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves, sir. Exploited like the police we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And one cast from this courtroom, myself, I became a ruined man in a trice. A worthless, withered antique. Nothing more I have to say. The sun has set on this Rasute owner's existence. Oh, don't do it. Come on, it was forced though. Be that as it may, Korakuda-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory serves, have you ever... Oh, hey. Oh, yes, that's it. That's the one. The very one. The very exact one that is. Are you okay over there, sir? You've got a knife in your boots. Splendiferous Hohe treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be. As I thought. Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Stay alive, please. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Please don't die. I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. Seems like it was, pilfered. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices. Sandwich? Soaking? Seriously? Smile. Sweet. Sadistic. Or no, service. Sadistic? How's that song go? Oh well. Clearly. You couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. How do you call someone? Somebody concealed my holy treasure between a slab of meat. And a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing. Gee, it's almost like they're close by or something. I really wonder who it is. Hmm. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this earlier in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. Oh, he is sweating right there. Military man. Yeah, that's right, the secret and undercover operation. Le Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So, that's why you're sent undercover, is it? Yes, I took the job as the waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. I wonder who that criminal could be. It's almost like they're so close yet so far, right? It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. Unbeknownst to us, there is a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hit Korakuda-san's Koban is all too clear. What? What? Gavel. I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Oh, you already know. Come on, it's literally to your right. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel who stole Korakuda-san's Koban and hid it under the stake? Look, I understand there's a lot at stake, so I'm just gonna do a safety save over there. Very good. And back, and back, and back. And you. Get this guy out of here.
Take that!
Sorry, Nosa. Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Ayesa Nosa. Ayesa? Oh, Ayesa, that's it. Yeah. Oh, he looks so shocked. Sorry, kid, we're gonna send your father to jail now. What? How? How dare you monster! Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm master thief of Le Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadets. But it wasn't me. It was I. Oh my god, you're blaming your kid. It was Ido. Ido was the mastermind behind all of this. I don't know about that. I can't believe you're blaming your kid, though. Come on, what kind of parent are you? You would push the blame of your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby. Nah, he's a kleptomaniac. It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. You done goof, dude. Oh, he's gonna start crying. Oh, it's Brettaking. Oh, what are you doing? Oh no. Yeah. Oh my god, he broke his back. What the? Wow, dude went through all stages of military school right there. Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Yasunosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. So you admit to your crimes? We got testimony, or? Do any of you know if the extraordinary low wages of the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to recently ended conflicts remains in place. Are they talking about the Russo-Japanese War? Or what? Or are they talking about Manchuria? I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on my table for my son. So that's why you're stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I enjoy chomping my way through good steak at the same time. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was the old man and his koban. ... Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. Oh, come on, old man, you gotta be better than that. A veritable phantom thief you are. Well, you gotta wake up, get out there. I was all set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Bang. Guess the phantom thief struck. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I'd owe too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could, on the double. Slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. Well, I guess he did, didn't he? You're going to jail. This is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on this absurd prattling on in your own time. Well, Miss Brett. Yeah, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. Quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. Banzai? Dorganzaka? Yeah. May the esteemed gentleman please be excused, Your Excellency? No, indeed. The thief of the koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. Now check the other plates. Of course it is. Hiding the coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it? Well, oof. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Very well, now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Hold on. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. No, she still has more questioning. Come on. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. Ta-ta. And good day. Oh, he's thinking about something. He's cooking. That's staring off into the distance, looking at the judge, staring right into his soul. Come on, dude. Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? There's no time for daydreaming. Oh, no, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words got me thinking. Good day. Can't work out exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. The bite marks. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call it out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over. So the sergeant bit into it, but she clearly used a knife and fork, right? Wait, Miss Brett. What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time. There's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? This was literally 5 seconds ago. We really need flashback for this. Not voicing that again. It's not the same steak. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. I'm going to need to see some evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words are truly contradictory, where's the evidence? Well, yeah, it's handy. If we have enough to show that that's the sergeant's steak. The coupon was under there. It's biting into it. Okay, let me just double check. Yeah, this steak in the photo is different, isn't it? But this was bitten.
Take that!
Oh, this is it. Steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's plate just before the professor was killed. No, you're just splitting hairs. Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as very unnatural? Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. ... Exclamation mark. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett. Noticed what, Counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork. Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself. Then take a good look at the steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten. Bite marks. As you can see, there's clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there. Oh no. Oh. It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all. Touché.
Objection!
But what was your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravished. Oh. She won't stand for that, huh? Oh, a new emote. Nice. Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Okay, there. Of course, this will all be over in blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. Just leave everything. Correct. I've heard enough. You irritating little speckled samurai relic. Oh, of course. Your lady. Dokinzaka? What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Oh my gosh, I love him. Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth mark in the stake have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Yes. Now, at last, it's all come together. This isn't the stake. Mysterious teeth marks in the stake that had been allegedly eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And, most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. I accept that these teeth marks in the stake are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that this tells us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything? Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the stake here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase, typical Japanese empty threats. How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court, or is, actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't even been brought before the court yet. Hasn't been? What? But just because it hasn't shown up yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
Objection!
This is absurd. This trial has run several hours already. Or like 5.5? Yeah. And you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it. Otherwise it would have been done in discovery like all courts do.
Objection!
No, I don't. But there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very court. Or, jeez. I don't. But there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. Exclamation mark. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case. Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense of this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth of this whole affair? It was the butler. But let me just be sure about this. It was the butler the whole time. And present.
Take that!
Give the plate, please. The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga. What? I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That, cough, 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 dying, death. No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this stake with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak, as well as admitting to stealing Korakudo-san's coin. He told us he slipped it under the steak. You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak? Tension? Affirmative. Of course, I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something underneath it. In it. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nose's meal.
Attention!
But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor does she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Well, good thing you didn't steal it then, right? Well then, how do you suggest this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over. It wasn't the sergeant, it was Brett. You're so close, dude. You're so close. You did switch the plates. Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. And as I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath. But then, when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I had it. If he decided to investigate my side meat, that'd be it. And I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. Oh, he did it. With the military position and timing, I switched my steak with one on the foreign lady's table. Wow, dude. What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was your die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. Unbelievable. However, fear not, Prosecutor-san. Right now, I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform, that is all I did, sir. All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant. Yeah, it's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
Exactly. So, if Sergeant knows to switch the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. Can we see it? To preserve the evidence, you had taken both. Oh, she's still doomed. That's correct. Then please, present it to court now. Oh, got her. That's how we do. That's the moment. Whenever they do that sort of like finger point like that, you know that's gonna go there. Except for that one case in Dual Destinies. The plate that was actually taken on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
Shut up!
Got her. What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Objection!
Come on, dude. No. You're not wriggling your way out of it this time, lady. Take her out. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak pan promises to serve or to prove such a problem for you, no? You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason why the defense asked to see the plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of that plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. Hey, there you go. So the plates are switched. This is immediately afterwards. Yeah. The gunshot wound happened directly in front of the killer, which was not Ryunosuke. All tracks. I believe the victim's memory serves him well. Exclamation mark. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Gavel. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beef steak in the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. All of this just to bring out this one piece of evidence. Hey. Yes, sir. He's not leaking that shot. Good for him. Thanks, Hosonaga. Sorry for keeping you. It is clean cut. Nice. Here is the other steak and its plate. With blood. This should be brown, by the way. Like, blood oxidizes pretty quickly when it's exposed to air, hence giving it a darker color rather than what we see over here. Please, feel free to examine it. Yep, that's her steak. The blood stain? It's clearly visible, look!
Yes!
Now, this makes everything clear. The blood you see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. It can't be. In fact, there's only one other person who could have possibly shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. Oh, we got her. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. Get her. It's you. Oh yeah, this is the money shot. Way to go. Breakdown. The bird's gonna go crazy. Oh, how done. By a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy. No. No. Oh god, it's live. Wow, it's really alive. Yeah. Ooh. Oh wow, there's even... Oh, there was even chicken there. Oh, that's cute. Oh no, she's ascending. Rest in peace, I guess. Aw, I hope you adopt all of them. Aw. So many. Please adopt all of them. Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Please forgive me. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth, this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. Do you get her? It was I who took the professor's life using karare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in the water. because karate is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course. I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it would be all over. I placed the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone. But there's so many witnesses around. Plus, the dental record would have shown that he didn't order that steak, so you've been caught. And leave immediately. However, he interrupted. Before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose? Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over and greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. So you pinned it on him. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I had made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point. So I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. Not a bad plan, actually. Plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happen to know that the professor always carried a gun. Wow, convenient. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of Karari in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. You had your own gun under? That's not very secure. You could blow your leg off or actually like bleed out if you're not careful. Under your skirt? So I was right. There were two guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor, which is good because she was wearing gloves. A place where you're sure I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, bang. Bada bang, bada boom. And that's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point, he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. And obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor in his chair around. Because, of course, you need to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he'd picked up the gun. Sloppy. So, there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. Dude, that was murder. And tampering with the evidence, too. And destroying evidence. You're going to jail. Your Excellency. Yes. I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? I shall call on you. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. Hey, we got her. It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement. This can't be. Takatsuchi Aochi does not lose. No. Not to the likes of this rookie student. You better start getting used to tough opposition. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? Yes? This insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten. You've become conceited with age, Council. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. Get wrecked, in other words. Slash. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Slash. Oh. Hey, nice aim. Is this guy Blackwell's ancestor or something? Because that's pretty slick. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Aochi clan will never match up to the Naruhodo clan. I guess you're just gonna ignore that violence, but okay. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Yes, one where rich people can apparently just destroy evidence in courts, in front of a military tribunal for that matter, where, how do I put it, people can apparently just slash the air in order to intimidate their opponents, where I guess you can bring babies to the stand too. That was pretty wild. Yeah, you're looking at quite a system, Judge. Good luck to you. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. Thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. Wait, you're saying that you didn't before? Oh my god, how many people do you sentence to death because of that? And after all, it's only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. The Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. We had science before, though. Like the Dutch. Well, I guess he found it more as amusement rather than something serious, though. I feel sure that science will bring new methods of investigation and procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits, but what it will look like, I cannot begin to imagine. As for the young to pursue, Cosmo Sogi. Yes? And after this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything of the wider world you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. What's that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Oh, never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, yes? In you, I sense. How can I put it? Unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you can carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. I think. Unusual potential. Hey, not guilty. Give me that. Slam. Gavel. It's time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, not guilty. Hey. sakura petals. Interesting. Hey, Sarah's still down. Meanwhile, Cosmo's just looking so cool over there. Thanks, bro. The court is now adjourned. Gavel. Hey. 22nd November, 246. Supreme Court of Judicature. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Cosma. It's true, this guy carried so hard. Oh my god. No, it was a pleasure to watch you work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on University Street. Don't forget. Hey, I'd for the opportunist. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Oh no, she got that wrong. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Hey, we did it. Our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know? You've been screwed if it weren't for that book. Oh no, I didn't do it. Oh, thank you so much. If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to university and investigate. Your father? Ah, yes, of course. Flashback. Flashback again. Speaking of Mikotaba... Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Thanks, old man. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh, yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikotaba studied overseas himself. He studied forensic medicine in Great Britain. Ooh, Watson. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. God, he looks so much like... Omni-Man. Oh my gosh. It's like Omni-Man if he was Japanese. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together. I've heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides. It's your turn, Soki. Exclamation mark. Great Britain is a magnificent country, and leads the world in multiple things. Some things better than others. Science and medicine, engineering, culture, conquering, and of course in law. Watch and learn, my boy. My boy. See what happens in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. So natural. Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. Please don't go cutting down criminals though, that's kinda... Just leave it to the police. Oh no. It cuts down everything in my way. Yep, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. Duke can slash the air, he's Virgil. That reminds me, what happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. I After all, she's guilty of murder. Extradition. Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit, after all. Extradited. She will be leaving Japan in the near future. For Shanghai, which is under British control. What? Shanghai? Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm sure of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. But I must... What's this all about consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice? The Brits. A British consular court will hear her case. Somewhere far away, where voices can't be heard. But why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. Conspiracy. So, Miss Brett can't be accountable for her actions here in Japan? We don't know her motive. I'm afraid for the young student. Today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There's never any danger of comeuppance for her. Then why did she accuse Naruhodo? I don't believe it. The British Government Affairs Ministry has demanded we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. ... But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt that the woman will receive the judgment she deserves. A death penalty, right? Oh no. Yes, change is coming. And we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. But, Professor... You're right. There's no time for gloomy faces. I like this one. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. In that case, may I suggest Le Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you? No, he got fired from the force, didn't he? Hired for hiding evidence? Let's not worry about the details for now. To Le Carnival. Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course. Le Carnival's food is second to none. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Oh, yes. Thank you. Aww. So, Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. Never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Yeah, there really was no motive, huh? Cosma. Yes, Ryunosuke. I just want to say thanks again. That's all. Really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing. You're the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all on your own work. Oh, don't say that. You're there. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that. Notice that Matt on guard. Oh no, I'd have to be that guy. From the second case, from second game, last case, plays a major role in that. I can't say any more because his role is such a spoiler. Oh my gosh. What a guy. Oh, just gonna finish this cast off and then keep going. One day I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not sure about that. Question mark. And to be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help but thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. Dude, no, don't say that. That's a death flake. Stay alive. Please stay alive. You're so cool. You're actually so cool, though. What? Come on, don't be serious. If I helped you today, it was only at the very start of the trial. Okay, yeah, that's true. Well, you have a natural talent for it. Being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh, no, not me. All that tense verbal combat? I never want to go through that again, says the guy trying to become a lawyer. All I did was what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. And that's the point. Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs to win? Knowledge of the law? Clearly not, or else we wouldn't be standing here right now. There are so many laws broken. Especially with Discovery. Like, introducing new pieces that neither the prosecution nor the defense has seen. That's crazy. No. It's the ability to believe. Naruto, is that you? To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Unless you're mad on guard, but you know. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. And I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. Oh my god, this is foreshadowing for later. It's like every lawyer in Phoenix's group has a super ability. For Phoenix himself, he had the Magatama. For Apollo, he has his bracelet. And then for Athena, she had she has her widget, which detects emotions. You have to make a choice about what to believe in, and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you really can be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe even then, well, that's not something anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. So, believing in your clients. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Sorry about the beginning of that. Well, you face seemingly hopeless situations time and time again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. In the end, you found it through your own efforts, because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Cosmo. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. It sounds serious. What's... Huh. You're still here, are you? Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Oh, he's got death flags all over him. That headband is a death flag. Please stay alive. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain. Don't forget. Oh yes, that too. He seems nervous about that trip, about his mission. So my very first trial came to an end. My bro, Kazuma, Professor Mikutaba, Susato-san, who acted as my assistant. Hey, Inspector Hosonaga, you didn't really play much of a part, but still. Oh no, he was helpful, he was earnest. It's because of the help and support of all these people, they managed to get through the trial. But more importantly, Cosma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. That sounds like a set for case 2. End. A. Save? Oops. And save. Cool. I don't want to start the second case just yet. Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Ooh, ship. Runaway Room. Clouded Kokoro. Unspeakable Story. Alright. I swear, I thought this came with the second game, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, it is way too hot right now. I think this is a good place to stop. Thank you again, Matt and Guard, for the follow. I really love that story from the second game too. Like, but my favorite cases so far are definitely like last case of the first, or fourth case of the first game, where you see Von Karma for the first time. Last case of the third game, yeah, Matt and Guard's case was pretty good too. I'm trying to think of what else. I kind of cried during the last case of the fifth game. Not the DLC one, but like, the actual last case. Oh my gosh, like, I'm trying to remember his name, but like, the Dragon Dad was such a bro. It's amazing how well, like, the Ace Attorney series can make so many, like, memorable characters. Like, sometimes the writing can get a little bit obtuse, or like not as concise as I would like it to be, but it does allow each of their personalities to shine through. Like, there was a clear difference between Naruhodo's voice versus like Cosmo's voice, for example. So I get to see how much more of this game I can play. It will definitely depend on the weather though. Honestly, I don't think I can stream just because like the weather is way too hot. So I'll probably take it easy next week until the heat wave goes away, and then resume from there. So without further ado, hope you guys have a good night. See ya.